Hey there friends, Nibs again. Out here in the garage tonight, doing a little bit of goofing around, doing a little bit of tinkering around, and I wanted to show you guys a little fix that I found for these Acro1 CO2 pistols, and that one doesn't have a CO2 cartridge in it right now, so the sides don't stay on when you don't have CO2 cartridges in them. But I have, this one is mine actually. This one is a 177 pellet version, and it does have CO2 in it, ready to go. I have another one here that belongs to my new friend Randy. He sent this over along with that other one that I'm going to show you here in a minute. I haven't touched this one yet. We're not going to play with this one, but this one is a 22 version. I also have a 22 version in my collection over here, but we're not going to mess with that one today. Today we're going to be taking a look at this one, which is very, very interesting to me anyway. This one is the BB version, and it actually says right up there MSBB. Mine actually says MS 177 right there. My 22 version actually says MS 22 on it. This particular one, very interestingly, does not have any kind of caliber written anywhere on the gun, so it is very that has me very interested there. But if that's maybe an older one, I'm not sure. But what I found to really be the only thing that ever goes wrong with these, and I don't know if there's even any other seals inside of them, I haven't taken them apart any farther, but right down inside here, and I'll take you up to the tabletop in a second, but right down inside here there is a little rubber seal that just crumbles on these after time. And what I had found was I had some extra kits left over from some guns that I had repaired and didn't need all the seals for, some seal kits from Henry Ford. And what I had found was this little rubber seal, black, I'm assuming it's rubber, I'm not really sure what it's made out of, but this black material seal that's part of Henry Ford's kit for the Crosman 101, 102 type of gun, for the valve inside of them, was an exact right fit for inside of that CO2 opening where you put your CO2 in and it mates up against the CO2 cartridge. So I did that a year or two ago with my 177 version here, and this is actually the seal that was in there. And most recently I wrote Henry and said, hey, I have these two guns, they have bad seals, and I found this, gave him actually the part number from the Crosman, and he said, well, this particular material is fine for a pneumatic gun, but CO2 reacts with this material and will cause it to get brittle and hard. And this one is hard as a rock and was leaking air when I took it out of my drawer to change it out. And what he said it really needs is a seal made with urethane. And so he actually stamped me out some of those seals made with urethane, and I've already replaced this one in my gun with one, and it's holding air really good. It was just leaking right out. I had originally put, oh crud, where'd it go? Well, I had put one of those valve seals in this one, and it was holding air for now, and it was working fine, but he assured me that very soon, or down the road, that would fail prematurely, and that gun would be inoperative again. So forgot to get some CO2s out here. Hold on. But I'm going to take you tabletop real quick, and we'll talk about this. So what I did, and I actually had this gun apart, and you might find it a lot easier to have the gun apart to do the job. But if you get down into where the seal is, and I hope you can see that there, down in here where the seal is, you can see that brown colored piece. So you got to get all of the old crumbled up seal out of there, and then this urethane seal will go right into that hole and fit in there very well. That's I've had these completely tore apart. This one was actually completely tore apart when I got it, and I put it all back together and put that seal back in there, and it was working really good. So but that's all there is. He made up these smaller ones, which are what is actually fitting better in there right now. But I would think if you had the valve out, you'd probably would be able to force one of these larger ones into there, and it would be a little bit snugger. So the smaller ones, the hole is small enough that it's capturing on the piercing needle, but I'd really rather have that be captured around the outside edge there. But let's go ahead and throw a CO2 in here, and we'll do a little bit of plinking with it, assuming it's holding air. So this one is the BB version. So the BB version, I'll show you in a second here. Very interesting the way this works. Let's get their CO2 pierced here before we get started with that. Move on. And they do seal up really nice, though. Those urethanes just seal. You don't have to torque that down. Once you get it to pierce, just give it another little twist just to. But doing good. So now we can put our side panel back on here, and I'll show you how this BB mechanism works. So up here in the front, there's actually a little plastic gizmo right there that slides out of the way, and there's a BB port right there, and you can fill up. There's a little chamber up here in the front, which is completely opposite of the way these other ones work. These other ones, there's nothing up front here. You do all your loading from back here. You open that up and drop a pellet in there, and then close that, and then cock this forward and fire it. So we'll do a little bit with both of them, but I thought that was very interesting. There is still a few BBs in there. I'll put a few more in there before we shoot. But let's take you back over here, and we'll do a couple of test shots with it. All right, I'm going to get set up. I got to take my up here camera and move it out there camera, and we'll take a couple of test shots with both of these, and then we'll get out of here. But I thought you guys would be interested in seeing this. This is not something that Henry just regularly stocks, but I'm sure if anybody needed one, get a hold of me or get a hold of him, and I'm sure now that he knows that that is something that's useful for people, he'd probably be willing to sell you a couple of them. But stand by. Alrighty, so I am back, and just got a soda can down there that I've been working on cutting up, and we'll do a little bit of plinking with it, a couple test shots with both of these newly resealed guns. Should be doing just fine. Get some BBs out here. So you just slide this little lever back, like I showed you up top here, and that is a little tiny port, just the same size as the BB, so it Definitely not a speed loader. Couple things to, if you're not a real, you gotta kind of have three hands to get all the springs to stay in place while you try to put this thing back together. So if you're not really super handy or very agile with your fingers, you might want to reconsider tearing this thing apart. But it is not impossible to get down in there and clean out all of that old seal material. One word of caution is take very great care not to damage that little piercing needle. If you damage that, that's permanently attached to the valve inside there, and the gun will be done. So just word of warning. So one thing, the BB chamber goes down and then up like this, so you actually want to have it tilted up like this and open this thing, and the BB will fall into the barrel upside down. And then if you don't have it upside down, a BB will not go into the barrel. There it is. I'm not sure why the first one didn't feed, but that's okay. So there's the BB version. That's pretty fun. Now here's the pellet version. Same deal. You pull the little handle back here in the back, but now and it can be a little bit cumbersome to get a pellet to go in there just right. Got that one the first time. They are good shooters, though. They're very accurate. At least the pellet ones are. I've not really tested the BB one to a actual target yet, so maybe we'll get to that in time. So the BB one. Oop, that one fell in there wrong. So that BB one and that 22 one was sent over to me by Randy. You saw a few other guns that he sent to me, a couple of Daisy 25s, that jumbo or jumbo record or whatever it is, record, and what else did he send over? I don't remember, but he's actually sending me a few more too. But so I got a handle number 28 over there, sick little gun, but I think I can get her going. Definitely needs a new seal. I got to do some shopping for something like that. I really don't want to have to make one, but if I have to, I will. I've seen how to do it. I've never done it before. Oop. Got to cock it or it won't fire. But yeah, these pellet version ones are really accurate. So the one piece, and I don't know if it's missing or just doesn't come with the BB ones, but this is an adjustable sight. And to take the gun apart, you have to take that off, and a lot of times these do get lost. At least this particular one does not have that on there. It still has buckhorns there, so you can sight with it, but it doesn't have adjustments. And this 22 version does have that piece on there as well. So just not sure if maybe the BB one just didn't come with it because they just assumed it wasn't going to be as accurate and it was just going to be a plinker. I'm not sure. I definitely can tell you these pellet version ones are very accurate. That's exactly where I was aiming. So let's do 1 or 2 more shots with the BB guy, and we'll get out of here. So again, there's like a channel that runs from up here in the front, from where the screw is here up forward is kind of the reservoir, and then there's a channel that runs around the bottom and down. So you gotta get them into that channel and then kind of upside down to get a BB to drop into the down into the barrel. But it's just kind of a little quirk, but as long as you know what to do, it works. But there you go. That's a neat little fix for the Acro. I really appreciate Henry's wisdom on all these materials and stuff. I'm sure he's learned that by pain, but he's a great resource as far as you know, mostly Crossman and Sheridan and Benjamin air guns, but you know, just his knowledge of, you know, the materials that go into making these things work is so great. And I appreciate his friendship. Me and him chat quite often. We've talked on the phone several times, and we chat quite often via text, and it's a great relationship. So if you have anything that you need repaired, I mean, I don't mind helping some people out, but it's not my business to repair people's air guns, and I would you know, steer you towards him, especially for a Crossman or a Sheridan or a Benjamin. He's the man for that. So, but anyway, I've rambled on enough. Hope you guys liked the video. Till next time, have a great day.